Does your child blow you away with their ideas 1 minute, but then completely fall apart trying to complete worksheets the next? Are they getting detentions or even suspensions at school? But you're seeing moments of brilliance that leave you speechless. That might not be defiance. That might be something called twice exceptionality, or 2E for short. Welcome. I'm Brendan from The Guided Path. I work with families and schools navigating school refusal, neurodivergence, and complex behaviour. It's a really fun part of my job working with gifted young people that are 2E. Honestly, some of the kids that I've completed IQ assessments with have really made me bring my A game. Not because they just answer the questions, they question the questions. They're witty, intense, wildly insightful, and sometimes they're also really struggling. And that's what we're here to talk about. Because when we only see part of the picture, we miss the opportunity to really support them. What does 2E mean? 2E? It stands for twice exceptional. It refers to a person who is gifted and has a very high IQ, but also has a disability or a learning difference that impacts them. For example, a child who's reading at university level but can't cope with the noise of the classroom. A teen who's writing incredible philosophical essays but freezes when asked to do group work or a presentation. A child who's always in trouble, maybe even suspended, but the work is too easy and they're bored out of their minds. These are the kids that fall through the cracks because their challenges hide their gifts and their gifts hide their challenges. Why do 2E kids get misunderstood? The problem here is that schools often expect giftedness to look like high achievement across all of the subjects, but that's not how it always shows up. Gifted kids with ADHD or autism might appear unmotivated or defiant, struggle with handwriting, attention, or social dynamics. They can have subjects that they're actually performing below average. They can show signs of anxiety, depression, or total school refusal. And when you're only looking at the meltdowns, the disengagement, or the attitude, you miss what's going on underneath. A brain that's wired differently. Also a brain that's wired for incredible potential. How do we support them? These kids need something different. Not just try harder or get organised. They need individual programs that start with strengths, adjustments that don't punish their difference, adults who truly get them and are willing to think outside the box. Sometimes with gifted kids, we give them more work to do because they breeze through the stuff that their same age peers are doing. This often burns them out. The key is giving them learning opportunities that are at their level. Supporting 2E kids also isn't about lowering the expectations if they're struggling. It's about removing the barriers so that they can meet those expectations in their own way. How can I advocate for my child? This is so often the challenges that I see families face. If you're thinking that your child might be 2E, here are some of the things that you might be able to do to get the right supports in place for your child. Start the conversation at school. Talk to the guidance officer or learning support team. Share what you're noticing, both the brilliance and the struggle. Request a cognitive assessment. This can be done through a private psychologist or the school's guidance officer, depending on resources. A cognitive assessment like the WIS-5 can highlight big gaps between your child's potential and their current performance. It won't give you a diagnosis, but it will give you a powerful picture of how they think. Ask the schools about support plans. Even without a formal diagnosis, your child may be eligible for a personalised learning plan or whatever it's called in your jurisdiction. Also ask them about adjustments that can be in place at school. It is important to note that there are some schools doing some amazing things in this space. Why this matters? When 2E kids don't get the right support, they start to internalise the message that they're failing, even when they feel that they're the ones working the hardest just to show up. But when we shift the way that we see them, when we honour the challenges and the gifts, something changes. They start to feel seen, capable, safe. If this sounds like your child, I'd love to help. At The Guided Path, we create individualised, strength-based plans that really help young people thrive at home and at school. You can book a free 20-minute consult using the link below, or check out more of our videos on neurodivergence, school refusal, or behaviour. I'll see you next time.